The path to true success is achieved through determination.
With the goal!
Determination to grow, to push through, and to finish.
And there's a championship.
Utah Valley student athletes strive for these qualities.
Out of here!
UVU student athletes need your support from the community, their peers, and their families to achieve this growth and success in life.
Has an opportunity laid down, and there it is! A dive into third base.
Support from donors like you makes a significant impact on the lives of more than 370 Wolverines student athletes. The General Athletic Scholarship Fund will help our student athletes be successful in the classroom, on the field, and in life. Please support our student athletes with a personal donation and watch these men and women grow now and in the future.
Who am I? And furthermore, what do I want? What makes you itch? That's the most important investigation anyone can make. But you don't find this out until you investigate it. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Because if you say that money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. Forget the money. After all, if you do really like what you're doing, you can eventually become a master of it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. Therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
Smooth sailing.
More traffic. Great looking day ahead. More weather.
New details are emerging.
More breaking news. Whenever, wherever.
That's good news.
More ways to know before you go.
You're gonna like the morning commute.
On KSL Today, weekday mornings on KSL 5. Experienced? Check. Accurate? Check. The team more Utahns trust to stay safe from winter weather surprises? Check, 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 and check. Know before you go. Check with the KSL 5 weather specialists.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Lockhart Arena on the campus of Utah Valley University for tonight's Big 12 matchup between the visiting Air Force Falcons and the hometown Utah Valley Wolverines. Brandon Crow alongside Sam Allen. Thank you for letting us be a part of your Thursday evening on Flow Wrestling, KSL.com, YouTube as well. Sam, last week Utah Valley dropped a couple matches, but there were some bright things to look forward to. Taylor Lamont winning of course, the Big 12 Wrestler of the Week. He'll see him in action tonight.
Right.
What are you looking forward to in this matchup?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you look at the history, this is the 16th time that UVU and Air Force have gone head-to-head, which is kind of a special thing. Talking 16 years, that's some history. And we're almost dead even with the we're 7-8. Air Force got us by one meeting, so we're about split as far as who's come away with the victories. Tonight's matchup is going to be close. I think UVU has a great chance. We have 4 wrestlers ranked in the top 25, and Air Force has a pair. But we still need to win those tough matches that might be some of our younger wrestlers, or we've had a couple injuries, so we got guys filling in, and no harm in that. So I expect that we're going to see some really, really great wrestling tonight.
Like you mentioned, Utah Valley again looking for that first Big 12 victory so far. 0-5 on the year. What are some of the matchups particularly that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I think right off the bat, I think some of the bigger ones that you're going to want to look at is number 9, Kimball Bastion. He's going up against a junior Corey Stewart. Ranked opponents you're going to want to look at, number 20, Tanner Orndorff, going up against Casey Jumps. Heavyweight, our highest ranked wrestler, Tate Orndorff. He's going up against Kane Hutchinson. And 125 pounds, we got one of our redshirt freshmen going up against a ranked opponent. So anywhere where you see that ranked number ahead of those wrestlers, you're going to look for a great matchup.
Air Force has a couple of ranked players in and of themselves. Number 14, Sidney Flores, going to go up against Josiah Nava later on in the evening. Also, number 24, Randy Metaweather, going to go up against Coy Wilkinson, the redshirt junior, as well. So we've talked about this in the past of how people coming here to Utah, coming here to Orem, might suffer from the elevation, but I think this might be the only squad where you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, there's a couple. We just on Sunday this week, we went up to Green River, Wyoming, met in a neutral spot. Green River is about halfway between Laramie and Salt Lake City. Wyoming's high elevation up there, high desert plain, and so I imagine going against Wyoming, they're kind of, hey, we train at 7,000 feet. UVU's about 4,500. Air Force also, Colorado Springs, they're up there away. So that's going to be cool. I always look at it as I wrestle. I said if I could train at elevation and I'm not sucking wind at elevation, that means I could go almost anywhere and I can compete. So we're going through these announcements right now. And a lot of these matchups are announcing both wrestlers. And it'll be a mat time decision who's going to wrestle. So we'll announce it as we come through. Don't worry about that.
The PA announcer continuing to run through his list.
Tonight we are going to start at 141 pounds. Again, we draw for that weight class starting at 141 pounds. Isaiah Delgado is going to go up against Lenny Peterson Jr. Peterson is a junior. Isaiah Delgado is a sophomore. Isaiah wrestled super tough against Stanford this last week as well. UVU's kind of hit a heavier dual season in this new year. Typically, we look at our schedule. Usually we get 3 or 4 home duels. This year we've had far more. If you look at Utah Valley's dual schedule, the majority of our duels have been against ranked opponents. We started the year off heavy against ranked competition. So we're super excited about that. Our last broadcast we did, I made mention of the fact that if I can always be going up against the best in the nation, I see where I'm at. I know what I got to do to get better. UVU's team, I think, was poised to be very, very good this year. Unfortunately, injuries has put us behind a little bit. Our nationally ranked and national qualifiers, both out at 141 pounds and 165 pounds. So, we're bummed about that, but we got to make the most of it.
Again, they're still going through. We will have the first 5 matches tonight. Then we'll have a 10-minute intermission break, and then the following 5 matches after. We will start off with the 141. Then after that, 149, 157, 165, then 174 before the 10-minute intermission break. It's always special for me. I enjoy anytime the cadets come into town or any other military school that comes through. There's always a little bit more special edge, a little bit more special vibe in the atmosphere. But as always, Lockhart Arena poised and ready for some good wrestling tonight.
Of course. No, I always, even as I wrestled Utah Valley, I always felt like the Air Force guys, they were so polished. And they were. They're very, very dedicated. They take their scholastics super serious. They're tough wrestlers. Oh, Delgado right here, super splits. Isn't able to fight that off. And Peterson comes away with a takedown real quick.
Again, Lenny Peterson is wrestling for Air Force in that traditional Air Force blue. Delgado in that UVU black. Right now, Peterson with a 2-1 advantage early on in the first 30 seconds or so.
If you watch Isaiah's pace, he came out with a flurry, ended up getting a quick single leg and got caught there. But watch his hands, watch his level change. He was really keeping Peterson on his toes. Not too great of a shot there because he came out. We're still scrambling here. No takedown yet.
Isaiah fighting.
Another single leg takedown for Peterson.
Air Force gets another 2 points tacked on, 4-1. Referee blows the whistle, brings it back to the center mat.
I was right before that takedown. I was commenting that anytime you see a wrestler and he has really good motion, what I mean by that is he's in and out, he's up and down, he's side to side, he's creating a lot of opportunities, a lot of angles. To shoot straight on a guy is really tough. It's heavy. He's got a lot of time to defend, and those hips come right down on top of you. But if I can get an angle, as you can see, Delgado gets a quick escape here, and now he's inside tie. You see his changes come out of this, and now he's on his own shot, single leg. Nice job stepping over here.
Delgado trying to get Peterson down. Referee still waving it off. Finally, 2 points for Utah Valley. All tied up here, 4 apiece with a little over a minute left here in the first period.
Nice job. Again, comes inside tie, heavy hands on Peterson's head. Delgado does a nice job to hit a sweep single. He steps over and ends up coming up in kind of a double leg finish. Oh, and Peterson gets that escape.
Delgado trying. Now Peterson on the bottom. Both wrestlers get right back up on their feet.
Ooh, drag by right there.
Another takedown there for Air Force. Delgado trying to get up with the last 30 seconds here in the first period.
Peterson did a good job there. That's what we call a reshot. Oh, he gets an escape right on the edge. 23 seconds left. That's
trying to tack on some more points. Finally, Utah Valley gets 2 more points there.
What a back and forth match. Not bad. Delgado doing a good job staying in the match, wrestling right on the edge. Nice job.
UVU President Astrid Tumines here in attendance with her pom-pom. She's getting in on the action as well.
Dude, I love that. I honestly, she's a big wrestling fan, and when she comes hard. Got her pom-poms. If the camera can pan over, I don't know if they're listening. You're going to be able to see her.
You can see her right there in the background with those pom-poms.
Oh, I love it. That's a new president of the university. She's done a good job, and I think this is her second year, tenure.
Yep.
Delgado, got to wrestle tough here the last 8 seconds.
7 seconds left here, all tied up at 7 apiece. Take on one more for Air Force. 2, 1, and that whistle signifies the end of the first period. So very evenly matched first period.
Yep. Both guys had 2 takedowns and 2 escapes. I'm probably missing some other points in there. Actually, Peterson came over with a 3rd escape right at the end there. So awesome match.
Lenny Peterson, the junior from the village of Lakewood, Illinois, Crystal Lake Central.
Now watch these hands. Delgado keeping his hands busy. Look at that motion. See, those fakes, that's hard for a guy to always feel off balance. Oh, nice change. You see he touched the head, and he's ducking under, keeping that motion going. We've slowed a little bit, but, again, if I keep that pressure high and I come forward, again, we got changes. See the change. He's on his head. He fakes down to the legs. He's circling here. It's a good job. See, right there. There's some opportunity. If he can keep this pace, there's going to be some opportunity here.
Delgado just kind of testing the waters here. Minute 20 left in period 2. 8 apiece.
Oh,
Delgado goes for the legs.
Such a good double right there. He's got to pile through, though, and push through. Oh, but Peterson does a good job down blocking, getting his arms inside.
Great defensive stand from Peterson. Now Peterson's on top.
That was such a good setup, and for us not to finish, it's kind of a travesty. Good job, both wrestlers.
Final 50 seconds here in period 2.
You know, one thing I'm not liking is Delgado is getting his hands heavy, but watch his level. His level's getting a little high. And if my level gets high, excuse me, it's easy for that guy to shoot up underneath me. So he's touching and clubbing on Peterson's head, but he's getting too high. He's got to still do that and stay low. He's doing a better job now.
Final 30 seconds now here in period 2. Again, Delgado and Peterson gridlocked.
20 seconds here.
Both of them trying to find some last-ditch points.
You see
50 seconds.
Man, these fakes, they're good. If I can get a guy to react, it's as he recovers from the reaction I'm causing. That's a good time to shoot.
And period 2 comes to a close. So all deadlocked at 8 points apiece.
Looks like Peterson is choosing down in the third period.
We'll see how Delgado starts off period 3 from behind. Referee blows the whistle. Peterson gets up on his feet.
Trips him down. Nice job. Got a lift here.
Delgado's got the legs. Peterson trying to keep himself up with the arm.
Good job by Delgado. Delgado, if he can ride him out, then we can win this match just with that riding time accumulation. Got to stay tough. Got to stay tough.
About a minute 30 left here, period 3. Whistle's blown. Go back to center mat.
All 4 coaches up on their feet. Hey, Eugen, I'm on. Hey, Delgado, come on. We ride tough here. We can win this match.
Peterson goes back down. Delgado 7-6 overall, 2-2 in duels. Looking to put the Wolverines on the board early. Delgado trying to wrap around that right leg. Peterson doing well to hang strong. There goes Delgado with the big one.
Nice
down.
Return to the mat. It's at this time that I really got to. Oh, darn it, we got Peterson out here in a scramble position now.
Delgado's trying to hold.
Oh, and he's holding him. That's
Delgado's trying to hold.
Wait a second. We got a technical violation for locking hands on Delgado.
With a minute left in period 3. And the referees are going to come try and take a look at the monitor here. I didn't see any challenge thrown by Air Force.
Well, Air Force is probably happy with that call because, again, we're in that scramble position, and one of the referees, we've got 2 referees on the mat here, and one of the referees sees that Delgado locks his hands. It's illegal. It's a technical violation, which is a 1 point awarded to Peterson.
So that is confirmed. Point goes to Peterson.
Okay, so here we got 52 seconds of riding time. So we definitely got to ride tough here. And then, we can look at that and go, man, can we secure this match by riding him out, riding tough here?
Delgado trying to come from behind here with Peterson.
So we got that riding time. So technically we're double.
Delgado gets the man down. Delgado trying to ride strong. Last 40 seconds left.
Right there. Oh, no. We got a reversal here.
Peterson now finds himself in the beneficiary of a great position. 30 seconds left.
25 seconds on the clock. 25 seconds.
That reversal changes things drastically. You know what I'm saying? Like now that we lose that riding time. It's a 3-point difference now, and he's riding tough here with a leg right on top with short time.
10 seconds left here, period 3. Peterson got the boa constrictor locked on Delgado right now. And Delgado not going to be able to move or come out of this one.
Darn it, what a good match, right, Brandon? Like if you think about it, throughout that entire first period, we're scoring takedown after takedown, escape after escape. And down to the last, 30 seconds of this match, this could have gone either way. And unfortunately, Delgado gets reversed there at the end, loses that riding time position as well.
So now we enter the 149 division. Cameron Hunsaker, the freshman for Utah Valley, going up against Dylan Martinez, the freshman as well from Air Force.
Two freshmen. The other night at our broadcast where Utah Valley took on Stanford, I was really, really impressed with Cameron Hunsaker's performance. He wrestled super tough, very, very active, kind of that relentless pace that if you watched that, it was a lot of fun to watch. So let's see if he can. You see these heavy hands? He's in the mix here.
Martinez from Grand Junction, Colorado. Hunsaker giving a little swipe. Hunsaker with that big wide stance.
That pressure forward, that's tough, where a guy gets kind of exhausted because he's right on the edge of the mat. Referees don't like that either. They encourage you to wrestle in the middle, and if Martinez is not really actively staying in the center, they're going to start saying, hey, you gotta get to work, man.
Both wrestlers just feeling each other out here in the first 45 seconds. Couple of head jabs.
I always say wrestling's like a fist fight with some rules, right? So you're going to see some hands fly, no punches, but this is a very physical sport.
150 left. Hunsaker with the
that reshot is
dive
gnarly.
attempt. Martinez in an awkward position. Hunsaker right and out on top. Martinez has a solid grip on Hunsaker's right leg. $1:22 left in period 1.
Oh, he's going to try to fight here. Got to get to his belly now.
2 points awarded to Air Force.
Now we got to see Cameron's got to come up, elevate his leg. He's got to get his leg, continue to get his leg up.
1 minute on the clock.
Final minute left here in period 1. Hunsaker battling with Dylan Martinez. Martinez with a 2-0 point advantage so far. Hunsaker trying to get up and get an escape here.
He's trying for a reversal here. He's getting some position here. It's another second. There we go. Reversal. Nice job.
There's the reversal.
And now he's going to. He wrestled super tough here in this 2-on-1 last Friday night. A lot of 2-on-1 tilt type positions for Cameron.
30 seconds left in period 1. Hunsaker 2, Martinez 2.
Notice how Cameron's covering the shoulders, securing the hips. Right here we go to this tilt. And then he's also just isolating one hand, really, really making it hard for Dylan Martinez to move at all. So he's got that smothering ride. You see he's hooked the back leg in an Iowa ride, and then he's just isolating one arm. So he's super heavy on one side of Martinez's body. Nice job by Cameron.
So period 1 comes to a close, tied up 2 apiece, and we're going to start period 2. And we'll see what position Hunsaker likes to start off with, and he elects to start off in the down position. Again, Cameron Hunsaker for Utah Valley in the black, Dylan Martinez for Air Force in the blue.
Okay, here we go. Another isolation. You see Hunsaker isolate one hand here. Makes it hard to hold the guy down if I got control of the hand. Look, he knee slides up, turns and faces his opponent, gets that escape.
Utah Valley 3-2. Another good fake there by Martinez. And there goes Martinez on the attack. Hunsaker trying to get a reversal in the air.
So no takedown yet, and darn it, this is we're in the same similar position as we had before, where Martinez gets a high C, and we end up in this drape position with a crotch lock or a crotch lift type of lock. But Hunsaker does a good job of blocking his swim arm from coming out. Just got to keep his hips tight, and he's trying to get his hips up now. You see this?
50 seconds left here in period 2. Tack on 2 more for Air Force.
Darn it. You know, there's sometimes where we call that a scramble position, where we end up holding the scramble position too long, and then when we give it up, we end up getting caught, right? So I think if we were in a position where we didn't hang on so long, we wouldn't be getting our back exposed, where his legs are split, and it's really, really tough. Cameron's got to crawl forward, try to crawl forward and get his legs unsplit. So we're going back into a near fall position again.
The challenge is thrown from Coach Williams for Utah Valley as another 4 points was tacked on.
There we go.
8-3 in favor of Air Force here in period 2 as it comes to a close.
So I think what Coach Williams threw this challenge brick in for was the fact that when I score near fall, referee does not award near fall until the lock or whatever turn that the person that we'll use the example here. I'm having a hard time explaining this. So Martinez has Hunsaker on his back, right? She's got him in a hold. I don't get awarded 4 points near fall unless I let go of that hold and I get a new hold. And so we just got, Martinez just got awarded 2 4-point near falls for a total of 8 points. So Coach Williams, he never broke the one lock, so why I can't give up 4 near fall when, listen, the block wasn't broken.
Sure.
I don't know if that makes sense, Brandon.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're going to look at it. Did Martinez, did the lock or the hold that he had Hunsaker in, did that break, and did that warrant him recounting the near fall again?
So the referees now are having a discussion between themselves and relaying the message that they came up with Air Force and with Utah Valley, respectively. Sam Barber, the recipient for Air Force, and now Greg Williams, the recipient for Utah Valley.
So I think they reviewed it. The referees could handle this themselves. So, hey, that's good challenge because Coach saw it. They didn't even need to go to the video replay. The referee actually the second referee had a great vantage point. He says, no, there was no turn or no change in that hold or that bind, that lock that was holding Hunsaker down. So good news. It's a 5-point match, and, Hunsaker's still in this.
So start of period 3, Hunsaker, he is in it, but he has a lot of ground to make up here in this third period.
Well, he chooses neutral here in the third period. So a takedown and some near fall put us in a position that we can. Oh, he's ready. You see this? They line up and they're ready to go.
It's the final period between Cameron Hunsaker
sweet
and Dylan
shot.
Martinez.
Sweet shot. He's got to try to stay behind this
with the foot.
Oh man, he got out of that. A lot of people in the crowd are saying, stalling, yelling, stalling. Martinez only got one place to go. That's out. In that shot, he's got to defend by sprawling backwards. So another underhook. And a lock. Ooh, another shot. Martinez does a good job of re-attacking. So Cameron will shoot a shot, and as Cameron comes back up out of that shot, Martinez is hitting reshots. Like, watch this. Okay, good job by Cameron.
Hunsaker now trying to get Martinez down.
As you can see, the pace has really, really been one-sided in this third period. All the shots have been coming from Cameron. And we got a stall call. Like I said, you can't keep that pace. Oh, whistle single shot to the outside.
Very quick grab there from Martinez.
1 minute left in the match. 1 minute.
Final minute left here in the match.
Stalemate.
No action, coming back to their feet.
Air Force with 8 points in this one. Utah Valley with 3.
Just under 1 minute left in the match. Utah Valley, let's make some noise here. Come on.
Hunsaker battling.
Nice job. You see his pace is just, it's impressive. We got to keep it going, though, because we got 41 seconds. We need a couple takedowns minimum. Another shot to a sweep single. He's got to elevate this. He's got to lift this up. It's really heavy right here with this whizzer that Martinez has.
Final 30 seconds left. Still no points awarded. 8-3 in favor of Air Force.
Go. Takedown.
Down 2 points there for Hunsaker. 15 seconds. Can Hunsaker get another one? So another stall's called.
Stall, so we got awarded. 3-point match, 12 seconds. We got to go.
12 seconds left. Hunsaker's got to attack here for Utah Valley. Final 6 seconds, 5 seconds. And another close match in favor of Air Force.
Well, let's talk serious about this. Really the deciding point of that match is the fact that we're scrambling in the first period, and we end up giving up a 4-point near fall because we hold on too long and we end up getting exposed to our back, right? I think if we take that one away, we got turned again in another move. Take that away, and we are right in this match. I think Cameron did a good job. Unfortunately, we fall to that, so that takes the team score UVU 6 or UVU 0, Air Force 6.
Now we are in the 157 weight class here. Spencer Haywood, the redshirt sophomore from the Utah Valley Wolverines, and Trey Brisker, the sophomore for the Air Force Falcons.
From Air Force.
Oh, heavy hands there. Nice job. Nice job by Haywood.
Utah Valley Wolverine redshirt sophomore Spencer Haywood.
Spencer Haywood.
Oh, double leg attempt here. Haywood's good job defending with a heavy sprawl.
A lot of muscles being flexed.
Haywood is just a brick. Both guys super stocky, very, very muscular, right? And that, we talked a little bit about this last broadcast about wrestling is a non-discriminatory sport. You got guys of all shapes and sizes, and so sometimes you get a real mismatch. Real tall, lanky guy against the short, stocky guy.
2 minutes left here in period 1.
2 minutes on the clock. 2 minutes.
Haywood has super heavy hips. If you've seen any attack that Brisker's put on him, his hips just come down so heavy, so powerfully. So, you know, that's always something I look at. If a dude has really elusive hips, they're hard to follow, or if they're super strong, super heavy. You shoot on a guy like that, and it's like I just ran into a tree trunk, right? It's just solid, right?
Good example just a few seconds ago. Haywood using those hips, but now here comes Brisker, who's on top. 2 points awarded for Air Force. Utah Valley sideline chanting for Haywood to get those hard knees.
Yeah, we want to keep those knees up underneath us, right? So right now we got return, but he brings his knees right up underneath him. What I'd like to see is that now that he's got his knees under him, we still scoot away so we can get that weight off of us. That's what we're going to look for Haywood to do.
Final minute left here in period 1. Air Force with 2. Utah Valley.
Nice job. Nice
awarded
escape.
1 point. Out of bounds. Go back to the center man.
It's cool. We still got a minute. Got 52 seconds for Haywood to put something on. That level's a little higher than I want. You know, Air Force has done a good job. Their guys are wrestling super low. Haywood, as he came up, his level's a little higher. Like right now, you see, and what I always look at, Brandon, is whose chin is lower than the other, right? So if you look, whose head's lower, right? Brisker's head's lower, right? So, you know, you defend a guy with your head in your hands and your hips, and if I can get my head underneath the guy, I beat his head. I take away one of his lines of defense.
Final 15 seconds here in period 1. Final 5 seconds. And that's how period 1's going to come to a close.
Haywood defers in the second period, and so Brisker chooses down in the second.
Brisker again, the sophomore from Wilton, Iowa. On the season, 15-10.
Air Force is one of those universities that, you know, because of the academy, a lot of schools are regional, right? I think we've even announced some of the guys that are, nice job just kind of bull rushing over. Nice job by Haywood. The academy, though, they'll draw guys from all over the place because you got students, young men, that want to go to the academy specifically for the reason of graduating as an officer and whatnot, so.
1:32 left in period 2. Air Force still with a 3-1 advantage. Haywood for Utah Valley going against Trey Brisker, the sophomore from Air Force.
The pace has kind of slowed down. Both guys, right? Oh, look how, got to keep the level low. Even though, you wear headgear in wrestling, you try to adjust it, right? So I'm adjusting it, but I'm adjusting to stand straight up, and your opponent's coming at you, right? He's like a shark in the water with a low level. You got to really focus on, hey, I got to drop my hips, got to bend my knees, keep my hips underneath me, my head butt down, and my head up.
Final 45 seconds left in period 2.
Man, a takedown would be huge here. Tie that up as we go into the third period, and we can choose down and get some get escape and put ourselves in a good position to win.
Final 30 seconds here in period 2. Referee trying to remind him to get off of the edge here. See if a whistle's going to be coming. Final 20 seconds.
Right here, double under. You could see him try to jack this up, throw this up. Oh, they call a stalemate there. That's an interesting place to call a stalemate.
It looked like Haywood was trying to work something there with the arms, like you were saying.
Yeah, double underhook. There's a lot I can do. Either expose and attack a leg, pull it up, go for a bear hug, throw it by, snap him down. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity there.
So to start at period 3, Haywood will start from the bottom.
We want to get off bottom quick. Riding time is racking up, about 30 seconds. So quad pod position. Haywood comes up to his feet, fight those hands. Oh, that reshot. But it's his responsibility. He'll get warned for stalling here.
Haywood trying to flip Brisker over.
And
escape.
Nice job. So we got Brisker warned for stalling. Okay, and then we get an escape. That's good. Now we can push the pace. Brisker in on a shot and a takedown. Darn it.
Air Force gets another takedown. A little over a minute left here in period 3.
I think Haywood's kind of fading there. Again, his level comes up. You get a little tired. It's hard to keep yourself in a low position, right? Your legs are burning, and it's hard to stay low. And I think right there on the mat, he got an escape, and we were near the mat. I think he kind of rested for a second. That level came up, and Brisker ends up coming around. We could still fight those hands because there was no takedown awarded. We end up falling to our knees. I think we're a little gassed.
The officials are trying to get that riding time to, I believe I heard him say 108, and there it is. So final minute left here in period 3. Air Force and Trey Brisker with the 5-2 advantage over Spencer Haywood. Spencer Haywood again starting from the bottom.
There's still time. We can do this. And escaping a takedown does a lot.
Haywood gets up
Nice
and
job.
escapes.
Okay, now he's got to keep his position here. Because the only way I score is if I have good position. The only way I defend is if I have good position.
Final 35 seconds. Utah Valley just needs 3 points to take the lead. Haywood trying to fight for that position on top. President Tuminez of Utah Valley up with her pom-poms along with the crowd, cheering on Haywood. Final 20 seconds. Haywood desperately needs a takedown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Darn it. Not enough. Not enough at the end there.
So the first 3 matches, Air Force narrowly escapes. 11-8, 9-6, and 5-3 in favor of the Falcons. And that brings us to the 165 division. Coy Wilkinson, the redshirt junior for Utah Valley, going up against the 24th ranked Randy Menoweather.
It's not the way you want to come out, dude. You know, we got 3 close matches. I mean, all of those, you know, a couple things happen, and it changes everything. Coy Wilkinson's been a varsity starter for us a good part of the year. Grant Lamont, they had gone back and forth. Grant got injured at that Wyoming duel. Ooh, double leg from the outside there. Coy does a good job to just down block and knee sprawl there. Anywho, but Coy's back in it, and I think the positive here, while Coy and Grant have gone back and forth for Utah Valley's team in the room, Coy's had experience both in duel and tournament, so it's not like he's coming off kind of being flat. I think he could come in here and give Manyweather, the number 24th ranked wrestler in the country, a run for his money. Manyweather's strong with this bind right here. You got to try to get your elbow down and away, which Wilkinson does. We're on the edge of the mat.
2 minutes left here in the first period.
Manyweather's like a muscle man, dude. Look at this.
I was just going to say the same thing. Built like an ox. Wilkinson doing his best, keeping that wide stance. Manyweather going down, grabs that left foot of Wilkinson. And Wilkinson gets away, but another headlock.
Front headlock here. You know, Wilkinson was in this scramble, ends up kicking, there was a lock, and he kicked the lock of Manyweather. Ended up kind of in a scramble position. He's in this front headlock, and darn, a guy that knows how to do that right, which Manyweather looks like he does, it's super tight, and he's a strong guy. He ends up really, really isolating the head and the arm, makes it easy for him to run to that open hip. He's got this arm pinned behind his back. This is bad position. Nice job by Wilkinson to get his hips up off the mat, get his knees under him.
Final minute left here in period 1. Manyweather with the 2-0 advantage over Coy Wilkinson of Utah Valley.
Tilt position here.
Wilkinson trying to grab Manyweather's legs while he's flailing around with his.
I gave him, looks like, no. I don't see a number here. So maybe he was able to kind of turn right and left, back and forth, so there was no near fall awarded. But Wilkinson knows that this guy's got some tilts. He's got obviously a really, really tight seatbelt, tight waist, and an Iowa ride, which is where they hook that back ankle. He's got to keep his knees under him.
Final 30 seconds here in the first period. Manyweather showing off that upper body strength, locking down Coy Wilkinson on top. Wilkinson trying to escape. Finally stands up at least.
Got to keep going. Kick, kick, kick.
Wilkinson on the floor again as the first period expires. Only 2 points awarded for Air Force. So Manyweather defers, and we'll see what position Wilkinson elects to start period 2 with.
He's going to choose down. I mean, Manyweather rode us pretty good there for about a minute and a half. So Wilkinson, if I'm looking at this, he's got to keep his knees up underneath him. He's got to make sure he keeps hand control, like right here, this cross-face bind, where Manyweather's got cross-face and an isolated elbow. Super tight. Not a lot that Wilkinson can do except for try to fight his hand control here, which he does. He's got to get his knees up. We got to slide out, get that weight off. Manyweather's tough, just a kind of a blanket ride over the top.
90 seconds left here in period 2. Manyweather with that 2-0 advantage over Wilkinson.
Manyweather again in this Iowa ride position. Wilkinson clears it, knee slides. You know, right there is a good example of a guy, he knee slides and he gets out and he does it a couple, but sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 moves to get up out of here. Nice job. He's got to give an escape there. Nice job.
An escape is awarded to Wilkinson. Wilkinson dancing around the edges there before they come back to the center mat. Wilkinson 1, Manyweather with 2.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, look at the level. Look at the levels here.
Yep.
I feel like a lot of the matches we've had here, our guys have been high, and it's not like blatantly high, but Air Force is just, they wrestle real low. If I can get underneath a guy's chin, underneath his head, right, I beat one of the biggest things that he defends me with, which is his head. You literally block a guy with your head. He shoots in, I move my head in the way of him, right? So Wilkinson's got to get his level a little bit lower. Manyweather's shorter and stockier, so he's naturally lower to the ground there. Nice fake by Wilkinson.
Final 20 seconds left here in period 2. Very high stance there from Wilkinson.
I'm not as concerned about my level if I bind. Like, Wilkinson has an underhook bind, and if I got a guy and I'm controlling, nice shot. Oh, Wilkinson,
another counter from Manyweather.
Yeah, you saw it. That crossface came across. That was brutal.
And that's how period 2 is going to come to a close. Although from the surface you'd think that Manyweather would be dominating this. It's only 1 point difference here in this match. As we start period 2, Manyweather will start from the ground.
Anyone's match, especially when you take into account your shape. I always say that there's 3 pillars of wrestling. There's my technique. That's actually, the moves I know. There's my natural athletic ability. And then there's my shape, my conditioning. And if you'll see it, a lot of time there might be guys that are maybe athletically or technically not. Another locking hands. Locking hands is an interesting thing because you see it a lot with younger wrestlers. Their opponent is kind of getting away, and they're desperate. They do what comes naturally and instinctively, and they just grab and just want to hold on. And that's illegal here in wrestling. Our challenge brick gets thrown because Wilkinson even was like, you know what, I don't even know where I did it. So Coach Williams wants some clarification.
So the referees are having a discussion here right in front of us. We're trying to listen and give you the advice that we are hearing from them. Williams disagrees. In the process of Williams throwing that challenge brick, he almost took out a couple of our staff.
It's foam. It's a foam brick, right?
Tell that to those guys. They thought it was real.
So here's the deal. Locking hands, that makes a difference because, if Manyweather gets out here, which Wilkinson's already rode him for 30 seconds, so he's riding him tough, but he can spring out of here. A takedown doesn't even tie up the match. And so that's the unfortunate thing is now we got to really put it on, wrestle tough here.
And we've seen that this is the second time already within the first 4 matches. That affected Utah Valley early on, but with a little over a minute left in period 3, Wilkinson's got a lot of work to do against Manyweather.
Excuse me, that was not a Utah Valley challenge. Excuse me, that was not a Utah Valley official challenge. 1 minute on the clock. 1 minute.
Final minute left. Wilkinson trying to work on Manyweather. Manyweather trying to get up. Wilkinson trying to get that left leg. Gets Wilkinson down, and then Manyweather escapes.
That was Manyweather with some strong hips. He sits out, does clears his leg, and immediately does a hip heist and just turns and faces Wilkinson. Sweep, single opportunity. Again, it was not a lot of setup there, so it makes it really hard to score that. And then you're underneath a really strong Manyweather where he's in this front headlock position. We saw him score out of this where he just has a tight front headlock and he buries his head.
Stalemate with 25 seconds left in period 3. Coy Wilkinson trying to find a way, but here is a big opportunity for Manyweather. And Manyweather is victorious.
That's the unfortunate thing. So we're winding down with time. This happens sometimes in wrestling. You're winding down and you're like, I got to shoot, which is true. You got to give your best effort. But if it's not a good setup and I'm kind of lunging in, I'm just trying to go for whatever I can, that's a good example of what happens. I kind of lunge, trying to desperation takedown. You end up getting caught and thrown to your back. Wilkinson gets thrown, and unfortunately we can't even fight off our back with just a few seconds left. I think there was 23 seconds left. We end up giving up that fall. That's painful considering we knew how tight this contest was going to be.
So Randy Manyweather victorious after a tech fall of Coy Wilkinson. And now Kimball Bastion, the number 9th ranked wrestler for Utah Valley in the 174 division, going up against Cody Surratt Jr.
So this is where, Bastion's one of our seniors. He's going up against a junior with some experience. But we need Kimball to come through with some bonus points here, meaning we got to get a tech fall, major decision. We got to start making up the ground.
And it's interesting, a week ago in the Stanford match, he was in a similar position, and Utah Valley was leaning on Kimball Bastion. Bastion came through when he needed to.
That Stanford match, for those of you listening, tightly contested, came down to the last couple matches. Final team score 25-19. So there was really just a match difference between us.
Kimball Bastion trying to go for that takedown. It's stood up by Surratt. Bastion again going for that
Sweet
leg.
Single, nice job.
Bastion now on top, 2 points.
Okay, we want Kimball to really, so Kimball's great at riding here. So you see how his hips just cover his opponent's hips. And we're going to look for him to start putting on his turning series, his tight waist wrist rides here. Super tough.
Surratt in a difficult position.
Kimball's
got
it.
Back to center mat. .119 left in the first period. Bastion from behind. Final minute left as Surratt tries to stand up, but Bastion
nice
quickly puts him back to the ground.
This bind that he has down on his leg is called a Navy ride. If he can sink his elbow down to the mat and then elevate his opponent's hips, Bastion can score a takedown or some near fall. He ends up letting it go. But you keep those legs split with your arm. I move the weight forward towards my opponent's head, and I can get some near fall. But unfortunately, lets that bind go.
Kimball Bastion not letting Surratt have any opportunity to escape whatsoever. Now Bastion again on top. Final 30 seconds here in the first period.
Surratt really hasn't had a lot of answers for Kimball's smothering right here. You see him just trying to kick, get his knees underneath him. This won't last. You see the referee, he goes, hey, you know what, I'm going to warn you for stalling. That doesn't last. You got to, it's incumbent upon the top guy to start working, getting to the side, getting angles, trying to turn. It's also incumbent upon the bottom wrestler to get his knees up, actually show that he's working to get an escape and improve his position. Kimball's choice in the second period, he defers, so Surratt chooses down. It's kind of it's an interesting choice considering we rode him pretty tough for over 1:48.
So here we go, the start of period 2. Kimball Bastion with a 2-0 lead over Cody Surratt.
Building more on that riding time, almost over 2 minutes. Still ahead 2-0.
Again, a leg ride here. It's kind of a shallow leg ride. Not up in the crotch area, down near the knee. That's super tight.
Bastion trying to get that grip on the arms of Surratt, especially on that right arm.
He's pulling it back here.
You can see in Surratt's face, he's really grimacing here.
Oh, so another stall warning, which awards Kimball another stalling point, or a stalling point.
So 1:10 left here in period number 2. Kimball Bastion with the 3-0 lead. Stalemate is the call.
I still feel with Kimball's ride, I think he's got a chance to score some bigger points here. Scores 3-0, but we need those bonus points. If he can turn this into a fall or a pin, if he can turn this into a major decision or a tech fall, I mean, gosh, we need that. It's going to mean a lot.
This is the 5th match. Coming up, there will be a 10-minute break after this before the final 5 matches.
And we're strong. I mean, here's the thing. These last 6 matches, we're strong. I think we got the upper hand. We got a number 9 ranked wrestler right here, Kimball. That escape comes right off the whistle there. But we got Kimball coming up. We got number 20 ranked Tanner Orendorf. We got number 4 ranked Tate Orendorf. And then we got 14th ranked Taylor Lamont, our last matchup of the night. So, I mean, we gotta come away with these next few victories, get some bonus points.
45 seconds left in period 2. Kimball Bastion going up against Cody Surratt Jr. Final 30 seconds here in period 2. Bastion trying to get back to the ground. Bastion got a great lock on the legs. Surratt, no legs on the ground now. Bastion getting behind him. Bastion trying to make the move, and he does. A takedown awarded to Bastion.
Good job there by Kimball.
And some more strength and grit shown by Kimball Bastion as period 2 comes to a close. 5-1, Utah Valley advantage.
Okay, so Kimball's going to choose down in the 3rd here. But we got to go, man. We got to go. I think Kimball knows that he's got this match. Got a heavy riding time advantage. But now we got to keep moving. Got to get our knees under us. Got to just improve.
Surratt from Wadsworth, Ohio.
He slides up.
Bastion gets up and he escapes.
Okay, let's see him go to work here, right?
1:40 left in period 3. 6-1 advantage for the Wolverines and Kimball Bastion. Bastion trying to go to work.
Kind of shucks him by and shoots for leg. Outside double.
Bastion with a double. 2 points, a takedown for Kimball Bastion.
We're going to keep these legs split.
With a margin of 8 points, that's good for a major decision, which would make it 14 points for Utah Valley. 1 minute on the clock.
Final minute left here, period 3. Bastion trying to rack up the points here.
Over 3 minutes riding time.
An escape from Surratt.
We got to get a takedown. Again, bonus points are important here. Right now, the difference is 8-2.
For Utah Valley, 45 seconds on the clock.
Nice,
Kimball
low
Bastion
level.
with another takedown.
That's good for Wolverines.
Tack on 2 more for Kimball.
Back up with a major decision.
Final 30 seconds left.
With riding time 11-2. 20 seconds on the clock. 20 seconds.
We can still get a turn and turn this up. Take it to the next level.
Final 15 seconds. Bastion not giving up.
Ooh, Granby roll attempt.
And both wrestlers get up with 6 seconds left and the whistle blows.
Surratt tries that Granby roll, and Kimball does a good job to follow along. That's kind of a power move that I got to be really on my toes. I got to be very athletic to follow my opponent through that.
And that's how this one will end. Kimball Bastion victorious for the Wolverines, 10-2.
So, hey, we get a guy on the board. We get a win on the board, which is important, getting us into our last half of our duel where I think our team is strong. So if we can come through this, wrestle tough, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Kimball Bastion coming away with a major decision victory.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, but don't go away. We got the big dogs coming up next, some ranked opponents.
Who am I? And furthermore, what do I want? What makes you itch? That's the most important investigation anyone can make. But you don't find this out until you investigate it. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Because if you say that money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. Forget the money. After all, if you do really like what you're doing, you can eventually become a master of it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. Therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
If we can see things for what they are. If we can see what they could be. If the plastic we use, we never throw away. If the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens out. The future is about giving back.
How
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Hey, you gonna do this or what? You gotta do it. And keep doing it. Do it big. Bigger. Hit it. Step it up. Always take the risk. Don't just watch it. In the position to win. Do it with one hand behind your back.
One now.
Do it blindfolded.
Next.
Do a joint endorsement deal. Say you shouldn't.
Section 43C, no rope swing over canyon ducks.
Like what's happening? Do what they say you can't.
Can you?
Because there are those who don't and those who do. Yes, sir. Let's do.
Utah has embodied the spirit of industry. From the first transcontinental railroad to the first department store, we've led the way. As part of the Murdoch Auto team, we're proud to carry on this tradition. That's because when we say you are the heart of our business, it's more than just a slogan. It's our commitment to the values we all hold dear with no regrets. You've got to come see why you truly are the heart of our business. Murdoch Hyundai of Linden, part of the Murdoch Auto team. Click MurdochHyundaiLinden.com.
Make some noise!
Let's do this.
Go, Todd, come on.
Creative, the world needs an answer. Give us the answer. Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
2 seconds.
Creators run the show. We want the answer. From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the room. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
on the track, on the court, in the pool,
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
The officials,
the fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines. Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Welcome back to Lockhart Arena on the campus of Utah Valley University. Again, the Big 12 matchup between the visiting Air Force Falcons and Utah Valley. The Wolverines only got one victory within the first 5 matches there. Kimball Bastion took down Cody Surratt. Other than that, you're looking here at the second half of these matchups tonight, Sam. You're hoping that the big dogs for Utah Valley come through.
Yeah, so, we had an injury at 184 pounds, so Ashton's going to come through at 184, and redshirt sophomore. He's going to go up against another sophomore. But then we get to our ranked guys, and we're going to end with Taylor Lamont, our 133 pounder. So, gosh, we need Tanner and Tate to wrestle tough. But I'm telling you, this match right here with Ashton probably means more than those other ones. I think we can anticipate winning those. It's these close ones that we got to wrestle tough.
Ashton Seeley, the redshirt sophomore from Utah Valley, gets things started here in the 184 class, going up against Jake Thompson, the sophomore, as well. So both sophomores. Ashton Seeley, 2-8 overall, 0-2 in duels. Jake Thompson, 14-8 overall, 3-2 in duels. If you're just now joining us on Flow Wrestling, KSL, YouTube as well. Ashton Seeley representing Utah Valley in the black, and Air Force in their patented Air Force blue.
Nice job, Ashton, just staying right in the middle, nose to nose, forehead to forehead. That's a good position to be in, and his level's decent, right? We've been talking about UVU's level's been a little high. We got to keep low. Oh, nice low shot.
There we go.
Great job by Ashton. He's in this drape position. He's going to look to isolate and come around and sweep this leg down. No, we don't want to go out of bounds.
Trying to bring him back in play. He does.
Treetop. This is called a treetop finish. Got to keep him on, though. Got to stay on.
Trying to sweep the leg, but it goes out of play.
Nice
takedown,
job.
though, nonetheless, for Ashton Seeley.
Nice job by Ashton, right on the edge of the mat.
Some tiptoe ballerina dancing there toward the end before Seeley got the takedown with the 2 points.
Well, that's something you got to keep in mind, like the athleticism, and not only the athleticism, but the flexibility. These guys, 184 pounds. I don't know how tall Jake Thompson is, but shoot, his leg is well above above Ashton's shoulder, and he's flexed out and still defending and not tipping over. That's some great athleticism there. Nice return to the mat. Ashton picks him up, sets him back down. We're in a double leg, right? He's a little high. What I mean by that is I want to see Ashton's hips cover his lower back and his hips. You're going to see him you see how his hips adjust back, and now we got to go to work, get super tough here.
So a minute 40 left here in the first period. Ashton Seeley trying to ride on top of Jake Thompson.
Double leg ride. It's heavy. Now we're into single. But a lot of opportunities here. There's a power half. There's what we call a ski out to a kind of a Turk position. I'm going to flatten him out. When both legs come through and put pressure out, stalemate. See, one thing you want to do is if you get those legs on, if you stay very proactive and you start getting turns, you can stay in that position, not only run that time, right, control, work for that riding time position, but also it's just exhausting for your opponent. So Ashton did a good job there. We're going to see him go back to this too. Again, he comes inside. Nice stand-up by
Ashton with the crotch.
That's crotch
Trying to get the crotch lift there, but somehow Thompson escapes. Final minute here in period 1. Utah Valley Ashton Seeley with a 2-1 advantage over Thompson of Air Force.
Coach is yelling, move your feet. Again, you gotta, when you get a bind like this, he's got a nice bind. He's inside here. We got to keep moving our feet right and left, up and down, forward and backward. We got to keep that motion. That's what sets up shots. If I just have one direction of pressure on my opponent, he feels when I come. If I change up and I do multiple directions of pressure, lots of changes, that means when I shoot, he doesn't know where I'm shooting from. And my angle and my penetration and my finish are much, much stronger.
Final 15 seconds left here in period 1. Seeley going to wait it out here, looks like. Final 4, 3, 2, and that's how the first period is going to come to a close.
Ridge choice, they defer to Ashton. Ashton chooses down. Okay, so close match, 2-1.
See what Ashton Seeley likes to start this period 2 off with. Seeley trying to get out of it. Seeley still trying to fight up to get on his feet. Thompson jumping on top.
Leg ride coming there, but he's a little high. Ashton's going to keep attacking, try to grab that. Ashton's doing a good job keeping Thompson high. This cross-body ride can be kind of weird, and we get what's called a guillotine. That guillotine is a little gnarly.
A lot of action here in period 2, but then they're going to call a warning.
Ashton had done a good job. He rode up that, or racked up that riding time. That's being expired slowly. He's got to fire up out of here. Keep what little he's got left.
Minute 20 left in period 2. Again, Ashton Seeley for Utah Valley with a 2-1 advantage over Jake Thompson of Air Force. Thompson in the blue, right now on top of Seeley in the black. Final minute left of period 2. Seeley trying to use that leg strength to get up on both feet here.
Quad pod here.
Seeley gets up and gets the escape.
Okay.
Seeley gets taken right back down.
So if you noticed here, Seeley came out instead of like breaking free, kind of, I call it resetting. I break free, reset, come and get my bind. He kind of turned and he stayed lackadaisical where Thompson has an underhook, and I saw it. Ashton's level was high. Thompson had an underhook, and he goes, boom, knee tap, took him straight down.
Final 20 seconds left in period 2.
Got to get an escape here.
Both tied up at 3 and dragged all the way out of play. 14 seconds left in period 2 and we restart.
14 seconds left in the second period.
Seeley had an escape, and then Jake Thompson came right back and had a takedown. And that's where we stand, tied up at 3.
You got to break right. You can't lackadaisically come out of a stand-up. I got to immediately turn, cut low, and face my opponent and change my level. That way those reattacks don't come in.
Air Force tonight has been so quick with those reattacks. So the final period, period 3, set to start. And Ashton Seeley will start from behind.
Big round right here.
Seeley explodes. And a huge takedown from Seeley.
Yeah, that return to the mat lifts him clear up. We got to do it again, though. You got to over and over and over again. Thompson's doing a good job standing, but Seeley's got to push through this. That reversal's not good.
And 2 points awarded for Air Force.
We're still in this. You got to move, though. You can't waste. I mean, we got a minute 30 left. You can't waste time on bottom. Ashton's got to sit out here. And now we got a chain wrestle. As he comes back to his knees, we got to see him come up. Here he goes, quad pod. He was successful getting an escape here earlier. But Thompson kind of goes and tries to trip that down. Granby roll. Oh, nice job. He's got to keep going, though. See, he can't stay here. He's got to keep going.
Final minute left. Seeley trying to get Thompson off his back.
So I think when you see here, Ashton did a good job. There's going to be a chance for another Granby roll here. And he Granbies, but then he stopped, right? Another short knee slide or a turn in the face where he turns his hips. That would have made all the difference in the world for an escape right there. Would have stopped that riding time. So we got 27, another Granby roll. Here we go.
Here's
now
that
push
leg.
into him. He's got to push into him. He's just got to push in here.
They both got their ankles picked with 18 seconds left. Air Force still with that 5-3 advantage. 10 seconds left. Seeley with a desperation move here. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And that's how that match will come to a close.
Those tight ones, I think that's one that we could win, you know. Props to Jake Thompson, sophomore, coming away with a great victory. He did what it took to win right there at the end.
So now this brings up one of the ranked matches here for Utah Valley. Number 20, Tanner Orndorff, taking on Casey Jumps. 197. And right out of the gate, Jocelyn Orndorff.
Russian position here for Jumps. Really cornering Orndorff in the mat. Ref calls potentially dangerous. Looked like he had almost had like a Russian, but that had his wrist cocked up, all kind of weird. So I think the ref said, no, I don't want to do that. Interesting fact, Tanner Orndorff brother Tate both wrestle for UVU. We got sets of brothers on UVU's team. We also got the Lamont brothers. I think there's another set of brothers too.
But right now, Tanner Orndorff trying to find a little weakness in case he jumps. Get some points on the board for the Wolverines, which they desperately need.
Tanner, I think, he stays in a match. He keeps it close, and I think his pace turns up, or I should say his output is consistent. And I think that's what I would probably how I would describe him. His pace is consistent throughout the match, and so while you see him at the pace that he has right here in the first period, you expect to see that, and that output is similar in the second, third period. And that's how he keeps matches close. That's how he actually runs up matches at the end. The Stanford match was a perfect example. I think if we had another 30 seconds, we would have won that match. He had his opponent on the ropes, takedown, let him up, takedown, let him up. So, nice shot here, a high C, but not quite enough penetration.
Good wide stance from Jumps. With the deflection, Orndorff. 1 minute left here in period one.
Shuck by, and he goes out, but then he circles in. Underhook here by Jumps. Change of level and
There's
a shot.
Single.
Right here. We should get a takedown here, no?
Out of bounds.
Wow, darn it. Nice job. Nice job there.
34 seconds left in period one, and like you said, the pace of Tanner Orndorff, he's very meticulous and he knows when he wants to strike.
Another sweep opportunity. Not a lot of setup on that one, so I think it was easier for Jumps to defend that. Changes. You see, love it, love it.
Great move there from Orendorff. 2 points for Utah Valley.
Okay, right there. The reason why I say I love it, I would say that I loved it if, the Air Force guy did it. It's those changes. You see Tanner, he puts his hands on and he does a pull and he fakes and he moves outside and he fakes and he keeps Jump's feet just from setting, and it makes that when he does go to that shot, his success is just greatly, greatly increased. Jumps chooses neutral in the second round.
So beginning of period 2.
Watch this change, okay? So that was straight on, but you see even those fakes, and then my hands come heavy on the head. Jumps again. I think Jumps feels comfortable here, and he binds up, but see the pull. He pulls, and you're going to see another pull here and a fake. You see that pace? That's the pace that I'm talking about. And look, another sweep single leg.
Another takedown there from Tanner Orendorff.
Nice job. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Tanner's fantastic at that, just keeping his hands very, very active and keeping his motion very, very light, very, very aloof, and it ends up setting up and paying off for him.
Minute 15 left in period 2. Orendorff with the 4-0 lead over Casey Jumps. Orendorff right now working on that right arm of Jumps. Switches up those legs. 50 seconds left in period 2. Orendorff trying to ride that right leg.
Another stall, and we get a point there. Nice job.
Final 30 seconds left. 5-0. Taylor Orendorff and Utah Valley over the Falcons, and Casey Jumps.
That leg ride, I call it a low leg ride. It's where I'm actually in a leg ride way down on that quadricep, right above the knee. The pressure that creates, because it's like a lever, right? Oh, we got to keep those legs. Nice job.
Double leg there.
So, when you got short time, I think Tanner showed great restraint there, because his opponents get in and escape. He goes and he makes sure he attacks those legs and takes them back down, so he avoids giving up that escape right at the last. You never want to give him escape right at the end of the round. So he chooses neutral. Okay, we don't want to shoot straight in, and so we're going to see him go back to this. He's going to get changes out of here. See, pulls in the crease. Heavy hands, moving his feet. Watch, he fakes inside. You see fake, and another shot, high C.
Trying to drive him down to the other side. Another takedown there for Tanner Orendorff.
Good job. I'm telling you, that pace. It's that pace. It's so funny that I think last time we talked about it, other broadcasts that we do, you just see that pace is just so strong.
It's another reason why he's top 20 in the country.
And wrestled super tough. I mean, He'll wrestle. I've seen him upset top 15, top 10 wrestlers multiple times, again, because of this exact thing that we're witnessing here.
So an escape for Air Force eliminates that shutout, but with the minute left in period 3, an 8-1 advantage for Tanner Orendorff and Utah Valley.
Watch this. See the fakes, the heavy hands, the fakes, and another sweep single.
Another
he stays
sweep
on it, and he keeps running to it. He's going to power through.
Another takedown, official.
Look at this. I mean, this is literally what I'm talking about. Fake, change, sweep.
And there's another sweep again.
He's got to keep moving towards it, right? So right now he's straight on into Jump's hips. He's got to keep circling towards that right side. Jumps has done a good job of locking out. See, he locks his hips. He's coming. Now he comes up into this drape position. You'll see Orendorff score here.
trying to continue to wrap on that leg. Another takedown. 2 more points tacked on for Orndorff. 12-2 in the final 20 seconds. And like you said, Sam, they needed points from Orndorff, and he's racking them up. Final 9 seconds. Orndorff seeing if he can get at least a couple more in here. 3, 2, 1, and that's how that one will come to a close. So Tanner Orndorff comes through for the Wolverines, 12-2, and a big victory for the hometown team.
Good job by Tanner.
And now the 285 with number 4 ranked Tate Orndorff. So Tanner's brother going up against Kane Hutchinson.
Keep this in mind. We are down 10 points team score. They haven't added it on yet. Excuse me. We're down 10, and we got 3 matches left. That means we have to score minimum. We got to win these, and we got to score bonus points of some type, right? And so we got to wrestle tough here. It's one or all of our guys here.
Again, watch those levels. You see Air Force continuing to stay low, but the matches that Utah Valley has won, their levels have been lower.
Yeah, and what's funny is guys at heavyweight, they can still stay low. I'm not saying they can't, but you see the level of heavyweight wrestlers is generally a lot higher than maybe a 125-pounder. You'll see the next match, right? We're gonna go around to 125 and 133 to end off this night. Tate really good at Greco-Roman wrestling. Represented U.S. in the U23 World Championships recently. 2 Utah Valley wrestlers actually were part of that team, Tate Orndorff and Taylor Lamont. So you'll see Tate with a lot of upper body stuff, a lot of binds, a lot of Russian tie, underhooks, front headlock position here. He feels really comfortable.
140 left in period 1. Again, Tate Orndorff, number 4, going up against Kane Hutchinson. 2 sophomores.
Pushes his head down in a front headlock position, but Hutchinson, pulls his head up out of there. Ooh, nice
There's
slide by
There's a slide there from Orndorff. 2 points for a takedown. Hutchinson trying to get up. Orndorff continuing to keep him on the ground. And an escape is awarded for Hutchinson.
45 seconds left, 1 escape, Air Force.
About 45 seconds here in period 1.
Little fake by Hutchinson.
Big wide stance there from Tate Orndorff. Orndorff back up on his feet. Final 5 seconds here in period 1. And that's how the first period's going to come to a close with a 2-1 advantage for the Wolverines. Orndorff over Hutchinson. And an escape very early from Orndorff with a point.
Good job. Good just powered it up and does a good job to circle his feet away. Low level there.
Minute 20 left.
1 minute 15 seconds. 1 minute 15 seconds.
3-1 advantage for the Wolverines. Orndorff and Hutchinson. Orndorff again trying to go for that leg. Both get stood back up. Minute left in period 2. Hutchinson brings it back to center mat. Orndorff
45 seconds.
trying to see if he can take Hutchinson down. He's got those arms of Hutchinson. And a hold on top of Hutchinson's lower body, doing well to keep him upright. Hutchinson now trying to grab that leg of Orndorff. 30 seconds left in period 2.
Ooh, elevates that arm up to try and, okay, now he's in this Russian tie.
20 seconds.
Oh, almost.
Almost had that one there. Hutchinson getting a lot of encouragement from his teammates and his staff over there. 16 seconds left in period 2.
You see Tate, he'll isolate one arm in a like a Russian tie, and he creates a little bit of pressure forward, and then he hops behind those hips. He almost got it right here on the edge of the mat, but we end up going out of bounds.
And period 2 comes to a close. So another close match between Air Force and Utah Valley. So final period of this one, period 3, will begin with Tate Orndorff for the Wolverines on top with a 3-1 advantage. And Hutchinson elects to start from the ground.
That quad pod position, he comes up and gets his hips backing away. Quick escape. So 3-2 match. No riding time right now. So takedowns win matches. I always say that. Takedowns win matches. Got to get it.
And
nice
there goes
double
for the
leg
double.
attempt.
Trying to at least. Orndorff trying to bring it down, and there it is. A takedown. 2 more points. 4-2 for the Wolverines. Make that 5. Beg your pardon.
There are these matches that we've talked about that if Tate can be super tough on top here, get some turns and or a pin, I mean, that's what we need. We need these bonus points to stay in this match and catch back up. Close that deficit.
Final minute left here in period 3. Orndorff doing well not to get flipped over. Hutchinson trying to kick his legs out. Hutchinson trying to reach for a leg or something. Stalemate. Back to the center mat. 51 seconds left. And it looks like there is some blood on Hutchinson. Trying to wipe that away from the face. And they'll go out and clean the mat. Tate Orndorff going against Kane Hutchinson. Tate Orndorff missed that Stanford match, or the meet, a little bit sick. You can see that he's kind of struggling a little bit for extra breath.
So a little blood time's not always bad.
No, absolutely not.
You get a little breather. That can be good and bad. I've always said it as I wrestled. I would prefer to just keep the match going, right? Like getting your match interrupted with a blood time or an injury. It's tough because you get into a flow or you get into a pace, or you let your opponent recover, right? If I'm the one that wants to really set a pace, exhaust my guy, get his neck tired, get his legs tired, make his lungs burn. If I'm doing that and then a long break goes, I'm losing an advantage that I created, right?
Final 20 seconds left in this one. Orndorff with the 5-2 advantage over Hutchinson. Hutchinson awarded a 1 point. So 5-3, 10 seconds left. Orndorff was trying to go for that leg, denied by Hutchinson. And that's how this one's going to come to a close. So back-to-back victories for Utah Valley, courtesy of the Orndorff brothers. Number 4 in the country improves again.
So I think things are kind of panning out how we want. Next match is super important. This is kind of one of the marquee matches. It's one of Air Force's ranked opponents. Number 14th ranked Sidney Flores going up against our own Josiah Nava. So Nava's got to wrestle tough here. 125, you're going to see that pace, the movement, the motion. It's a lot different when you go straight from heavyweight to 125. The drastic difference in styles is kind of it's fun to watch.
So the 125-pound Josiah Nava, the redshirt freshman, going against Sidney Flores, like you said, the sophomore. And there's that pace like you talked about. Nava, referee says nothing.
Quick take or a quick shot, gathered his legs together, but Josiah does a good job to hop out of it, and the ref waved off that takedown.
Josiah Nava coming from Pueblo County in Pueblo, Colorado, who's known for their wrestling.
These flurries, I'm always impressed with Josiah's pace right here in the first. Got to look to keep that going all 3 periods. See that level change?
Yep.
That's what we're talking about. Even if it's from outside, it keeps that guy, oh man, can I really feel comfortable setting my feet here? I got to be really aloof.
And Nava finds himself in the air. 2 points quickly for Sidney Flores. Minute 40 left in period 1. Flores on top of Nava. Nava trying to find a way to get out of this one. A minute 20 left in period 1. Nava trying to bring that right leg up. Almost up on his feet.
Oh, good job shaking him off in this quad pod. Now he's got to try to face.
And
nice
an
job.
escape.
Oh, and a shot. Ooh, darn it. You saw that shot come in, and he's got to keep moving to that leg. You get they call it a sweep single. I sweep outside. That guy wants to stay square on me, and so if I shoot a sweep, I got to keep moving and chasing towards that leg. And he shot it, and he had it, and then ended up, not really chasing it.
So stall was called against Nava in Utah Valley. 1-2, technically 1-3 in favor of Air Force. 40 seconds left in period 1. Flores going for that left leg of Nava. Nava trying to keep his balance. Flores trying to sweep the leg. Again, that athleticism showing here.
Oh, we're still in no takedown, no takedown. Good job. Again, that's the second time where legs are coming together, and Nava does a good job to keep his leg, sneak a leg out and keep in the splits position there.
Final 10 seconds of the first period.
This is the third time Flores has hit where he pulls heavy with his left hand and he shoots right to a single leg.
Oh, right before the buzzer. 2 points for Sidney Flores and Air Force.
We're going to have a clock check, see if that was a takedown before time was out.
Nava was pretty ticked off with himself. He knew he gave that up right to last. But that takedown's the same for Flores. Keep a watch on this. He comes in and he gets a collar tie. He pulls left, boom, and then he shoots a sweep single right and finishes up high. And Nava's done a good job twice now to defend it. And they say, you know what? Assistant referee confirmed that was a takedown right at the buzzer.
So the takedown stands, and as we start period 2 with Nava on the floor, 4-1 advantage in favor of Air Force and Sydney Flores. Sydney Flores, number 14 in the country. Minute 40 left here in period 2. Air Force riding a 4-1 advantage over Utah Valley.
Got to get that knee to the mat. See how Nava's hip is kind of twisted or elevated up and out by Flores. He's got to try to get his left hip down to the mat like this. You see how he's bringing it forward, and he kind of scoots himself forward. If he can get his knees to the mat, then he can get his knees underneath, and we can start working for an escape.
1 minute left here in period 2. Nava grinding on the mat. Sydney Flores on top of him. Nava looking for some help. Finally gets his arms free. Nava spinning, turning on the floor. Nava trying to see if he can get that right knee to give him some momentum, use his hips and get him up. But Flores shutting him down so far. 30 seconds left in period 2.
Another stall warning again. You know, I think in the first period we see that Nava gives up a stall warning. The first one's a warning. The second one, your opponent is awarded a point. So the referee's looking at Nava's position. He's like, man, your head's down. You're not coming up off the bottom. So he awards Flores with a 1-point stall call.
So 11 seconds left in period 2. 5-1 advantage in favor of Air Force. And period 2 comes to a close. So Sydney Flores elects to start on the ground as we begin period 3. Nava trying to take Flores down, trying to get some points for the Wolverines.
Riding a guy and keeping him down on the mat, you know, that's an art form in and of itself. I gotta do whatever it takes, and I always say if I can keep weight up on his hands or totally cover his hips, it's kind of one or the other. I'm either cover his hips, as you can see Flores is doing that, or excuse me, Nava's doing that, and then he's out on a spiral ride, and he's keeping a lot of weight. You see the weight up on Flores' hands. It's hard to get an escape if I got weight covering my hips. It means I can't move. Oh, kind of a Granby roll. Oh, man, he Granby rolls and kind of flops pancakes on top of Nava. Nava just kind of pushes him off and gives up that reversal to avoid going to his back.
7-1 advantage in favor of Air Force. 1 minute left here in period 3. An escape awarded to Nava. So 7-2. Final minute left in this one.
Look out for left ankle or left collar tie, right sweep single. Got to look out for that.
Nava trying to shoot for those legs. Denied by Flores. Final 30 seconds left.
25 seconds on the clock.
Ooh, nice,
there's a nice
low level
shoot there for the legs from Nava. Referee still nothing awarded yet. And 2 points there for Air Force. And that's how this one will come to a close. Air Force 9, UVU 2. Sydney Flores, number 14, victorious over Josiah Nava.
With that riding time point, ends up 10-2. which had that major decision victory.
So that brings us to the final matchup between number 14 ranked Taylor Lamont and Jared Van Fleet. Taylor Lamont last week beat the 6th ranked wrestler Monty Bridges in Wyoming. And he took him down, he pinned him within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, so, Monty Bridge, Big 12 runner-up last year, I believe. Tough wrestler, has been ranked, had a lot of great victories for the University of Wyoming. Lamont missed him at the first of the season. Lamont had actually been in what they call Olympic gray shirt. He was thinking of going for the 2020 Olympics here. Decided, you know what, I'm gonna focus on collegiate folk style wrestling, and then when my collegiate career is done, I'll go for the Olympics. So anyways, they missed each other at the beginning of the year, the first time wrestling each other, and Taylor throws him to his back, pins him. Coming out here, both guys heavy. Taylor gives up a quick takedown here, not the way you want to start a match. Number 14th ranked Lamont
gets an escape though. Taylor Lamont, the Big 12 Wrestler of the Week, gets another 2 points, a takedown for his own self. Quickly switches up to 3-2 advantage in favor of Utah Valley. Lamont riding that left leg, trying to get a hook on Van Fleet's right arm, extending that right arm now.
Leg ride here. See, he isolates one leg, putting a ton of pressure down, breaks him down to the mat. Now he's going to start tying up the wrists. Okay, I think we got a tilt opportunity here.
1 minute, 15 seconds left in the first period. 3-2 advantage in favor of Taylor Lamont, Utah Valley.
Ref says potentially dangerous. I want to protect that wrestler. Bring it back in the middle.
The referee's trying to explain to Coach Williams what he saw. And minute 4 left in period 1 resumes. Taylor Lamont trying to turn him. And an escape there awarded to Air Force. So 3-3, 55 seconds left in period 1.
Nice look at both guys. I love this. You look at all the changes both wrestlers are creating. They're look at this underhook, and he runs to it. And he moves his feet, and the fakes here by Van Vliet.
.30 seconds left. Lamont grinding, just trying to shoot for that leg.
Fifteen seconds on the clock.
Final 7 seconds left. And first period, we'll see 3-3. Lamont and Van Fleet pretty even.
Van Vliet defers in the second period here. So Grant's going to choose down. So it's not how we want to come out. We get taken down quick, but we get in a quick escape, and then we end up taking him down very quickly, and we ride him out for a good amount of that first period.
Final match of the evening. We enter the second period tied up 3-3.
Lamont with Van Fleet's arms wrapped around his waist, trying to get up, and he escapes.
1 point stick, Utah Valley. 1 minute 25 seconds on the clock.
Van Vliet keeping this match close. Keeping that pace, matching Taylor's tie-ups, not staying stagnant. I always say if I know a guy like Taylor,
Taylor
nice
got the single leg on the right. 1 minute left here, period 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear some noise.
Lamont trying to flip Van Fleet on his back.
Runs
Van
that
Fleet.
pipe down. Nice job.
2 points for Taylor Lamont. Takedown.
Come on, let's let these wrestlers know that they're at home.
This is tight here. He's got his heel across his quad. He's going to take the pressure, try to bow his back, and then end up turning him in a tilt position here.
You can hear Van Fleet.
Well, here's the thing. Is it comfortable? No. Is it worth screaming and yelling? And the ref, you could see, he's like, might want to stop that. So, there might be a little bit of a, hey, I'm going to.
Gamesmanship.
Well, yeah. Ref says, dude, I'm not going to let him scream his head off. It's obviously painful. But that move is used by many wrestlers as a nice way to get a turn, isolate that hip, bring it over.
Stalling on Air Force on bottom.
Red's choice, Van Vliet's choice in the third period.
Final period begins. 6-3 advantage for Utah Valley. Taylor Lamont looking to close things out on a high note for the Wolverines. And Van Fleet trying to play spoiler.
Ladies and gentlemen, our last 2 minutes of wrestling of the evening takes us into a match here at 133
And an escape point awarded to Van Fleet.
Score
6-4 in favor of Utah Valley. Riding time now, minute 33.
Check this pace out. This pace is awesome, man. Telling you, both wrestlers. Van Vliet, great position. See how low he is. Lamont doing a good job. Heavy hands. He's keeping in front of his opponent. Have a nice circle. He comes outside, shoots for that almost like an outside high C. He shoots it from kind of far away after he creates some space in between.
Minute 10 seconds left.
1 minute on the clock, 1 minute.
Great job by both of these wrestlers keeping each other off balance.
I mean, these guys, we're in the third period, and look at them go. I mean, they're going all out. And I think that's cool. I admire it. You got number 14th ranked Taylor Lamont going against unranked Jared Van Vliet, and Van Vliet goes, you know what, I'm going to stay right in this match. I'm going to give it my all till the last second.
Riding time being a factor here with 30 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds left.
Utah Valley with riding time leads 7-4.
Lamont seeing if you can find a couple more points to add to his cushion. "15 seconds left. Lamont trying not to give up anything either. Van Fleet trying to get that single. Lamont standing his ground. And that's how it's going to finish in Lockhart Arena for the Wolverines.
So we got at that riding point time, 7-4, final score. So not what we wanted. Gosh darn. You know, you look at matchups. Air Force wins 6, we win 4, and you do what you can. The reality is you got some holes in the lineup due to injury. I think we wrestled tough, but we got to always improve. These guys that are filling in, you can't give up bonus points. I think we had a couple matches that we ended up giving up bonus points, and in a tight matchup that you know you can win and you know it's going to be close, you got to hold on to that opportunity.
So Utah Valley will try and regroup for the weekend, come back on Monday evening to face North Dakota State right here in Lockhart Arena on campus. Monday's match will be the 14th time, all-time, between the Wolverines and the Bison. And Wolverines, they need a victory, especially here at home. So for all of our hardworking staff and crew behind the scenes, for Ben Schroeder, for Sam Allen, I'm Brandon Crow saying so long and good night from Orem, Utah. Final score, Air Force 22, Utah Valley 14.